Hi, my name is Ursula and I'm an instructor at the College of DuPage. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about some dates that you should probably be aware of if you're a junior or a senior starting high school in the fall. So first off, the juniors are going to be taking the PSAT in October this year. The date is scheduled to be October 14th. That's a Wednesday, so most schools will give it October 14th. Some private schools may opt to give it on Saturday, October 17th. It's only given once, and this is the test that determines scholarships. It's usually given at school, and of course because of the virus, I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen this year, but that's usually what happens. It's just given that one time. It determines whether or not which students get the National Merit Scholarship, which students are national semifinalists and commended students. The SAT and the ACT are going to be given in person as well. What they've done this year is they've doubled the amount of times that they're going to be giving the test. So usually what happens is the SAT will give it 1 month and then the ACT will give it the next month, and they alternate months. But what they're doing this year is that the SAT is going to be giving it every month, and the ACT has doubled the amount of tests they're going to give as well. And so instead of like 300 kids taking it one day, they're going to do 150 this day and 150 the other day. And so they're spreading out the amount of students at any given test site. So here you can see on the SAT, instead of just giving it twice in the fall, they're going to give it 4 times. So the registration dates here, so depending on when you're watching this, you might have missed the registration date already, but you do have time to register late. However, late registration involves an extra fee. And in addition to the late fee, they are going to be very strict on the student cap. And so once they've reached the limit on the students that are going to be able to be housed at that testing site, then that's it. So this year, more so than others, it's very important to make sure that you register as soon as possible. So as soon as you know that that's the date that you want to register for that test. Because even if you register on time, if they've reached their cap, you're gonna have to find another testing site, which might be like 20 more minutes away from your house. So make sure that you have these dates in mind, because you're gonna need to register not only on time, not only to save money, because you don't want to be charged with this late fee, but you want to make sure that you get under the cap. And then here are the approximate dates that you will get your scores. This is especially important for seniors, because if you're applying for something for like early admission, then you know that like this date is probably out, because early admission is usually like November 1st, and so this date would be too late. So this is for the SAT. And then for the ACT, what they've done is they've added more dates, but they've kept the registration dates the same. The deadline for the registration is the same. So the 2 dates that they've added, the registration date is still the same for these. The ones in the parentheses there, so the 9/12 date is the original, and then the 13th is a Sunday. So if you have a religious exemption that you can't take the test on a Saturday, then you can sign up for the 13th, which is a Sunday, or in October you can sign up for the 25th, which is a Sunday. And then those are the registration dates for those tests. And they also do have a late registration fee and that kind of thing, but they didn't have them on the webpage. If you want to sign up for either of those tests, then for the SAT, you would go to collegeboard.org and make an account and sign up that way. For the ACT, you would go to act.org, make an account and sign up there. For the PSAT, you don't have to do anything, because it's just through the school. And so you would just do whatever through the guidance counselor, and that's it. As for College of DuPage, we're not offering any sort of test prep classes in person, but we are offering one-on-one tutoring through Zoom. So if you are interested in that, you would go to our webpage, College of DuPage, so cod.edu, and you would look for the continuing education tab, and then give us your name, email, phone number, and someone from the office will get back to you, and then you would get mailed to you a set of books like this. And so this one is for the ACT. I don't know if you can see. And so this particular one, this one is a set of 3, and so you would get a book. One of these is a set of tests, so like practice tests and quizzes. Another one is like a skill building set, so like the instructor would go through it with you, like on how to like build up like your algebra skills, and then geometry, and then algebra 2, and then trig. So like it's called scaffolding. It kind of builds you up. And then the other one is, this particular one has like actual, like full length tests. And then there's a different one for the SAT. So like you would get this mailed to you, and then like you and the instructor would set up your times, and through Zoom you would go through these books. So if you're interested in that, again, cod.edu, look for the continuing education tab, and then fill out there'll be a green box that says, you know, give us your information, and go through that, and then someone from the office will call you back, and they'll give you an instructor, and you would just go from there. So I hope that this information was helpful to you. Again, please make sure that once you know that, you know, you pick the date that you want to take the test, that you sign up as soon as possible, so you can avoid the late fees, and then you can avoid the student cutoff the amount. All right, so good luck on your test.